I don't even know where to start. I'm done reading the story. I can't do it. I tried because it's a good story and in general, overall, the story's really good. Like, everything about it's very well made. But, I've lost all, respect for the main character. Effectively is what's happened. I didn't even get that much farther from the last video I made, which was, 2 days ago. But let me look at the thing. How close am I to the end of this chapter? Alright, let's see. I'm sort of close to the bottom.
Fortune doesn't favor fools.
Right, I don't know. I don't even know. But yeah, I can't do it. I can't. I'd love to. But I've lost all respect for the main character, and that's about all there is to it.
This shall be finished.
I looked at what he was about, what he did, how he went about things, and I just looked at him I can't do that. Between how he did, and I say this every time, and probably no one believes me anymore when I say it. But it's I understand why he does what he does to John. Alright, shit, dude, I low-key think John deserves it. Because I don't like John much either. Especially early John. Definitely not early John. But he's just, oh my god, dude. I've thought, as a character and everything, he's respectable enough, he's well written, to an extent. I don't think a lot of his actions are justified to an extent. I just think it's a lot more, slightly more human than I'm used to. So, the way he justifies his actions, like humans, sometimes doesn't make sense. Effectively, is what I sometimes get. But that's a personal issue. But I just can't read it anymore. I've lost all respect for the main character and how he operates. As a fighter, overwhelming respect. As how he's lived his life and everything. I understand how he's came to some of the conclusions he has and respectable. But I can't do it. I just can't. My ping's out of the fucking. Actually, just ascended to the 74th dimension. Dude, I can't read anymore. And so I don't know what I'm going to talk about in these episodes anymore. I don't have anything else that I've read that's really, done anything. Just nothing that I can think off the top of my head that's, important to note. I just made this video. It's a official sort of, I'm done with that book, because that's the main one I talked about. I guess I can do a sort of recap of why I don't like it. And I won't lie, literally every single reason I don't like the book is in direct relation to the main character. Right? I enjoy the writing of the book. The writing of the fanfic. The writing of the fanfic is, stellar. Dude, fucking pings out of this fucking world, dude. Why like this, right? I just want to play a game, dude. I'm already, upset and mentally drained from screaming at myself in the fucking mirror about how this dude's dumb. It's only ascending. It only goes up, dude. Oh, it's going down again. Paw-goo. Right, but it's just where do I even start? First, he's near the antagonistic about both his ethnicity, his race, his ethnicity, and his like place of residence. Right? Like he's just in all three capacities. He's overwhelmingly antagonistic and reacts so poorly that it's like it's not meant to be funny, but it like in the first place, but it's not even funny. It's just like relatively irritating. Their team is all ADCs and then Braum. But yeah, there's that. Next is just a long list of things he has against John for what I can only there are reasons to them. And like they're not valid reasons in my opinion, but who am I to judge what's a valid reason or not? But then there's like, especially in like what I've gone up to, there's trace amounts of like effectively like emotional manipulation is like the best way I can describe it. But that's effectively what it is. Like, I'm just going to tell you how I see it. I see it as, like, emotional manipulation in a couple of capacities. Right? Because people don't know John faked his way into Beacon, right? Obviously. Right? Only Kira and Jack know. Right? And then Jack's on this, like, false moral high ground, once again, the fake zealot we talked about. Where he's like, well, I'm not gonna let John get anyone I actually care about killed. Right? So I'm gonna John asked him for training and he agreed. He's just teaching John how to be a meat shield. But he's not even actually teaching him how to be one. This is where my problem comes in. If he's teaching him how to be an effective meat shield, okay, I would have been fine with it. But he's not. That's not what he's doing. Right, and then so he baits John, at least from what I've read. I didn't finish chapter 36. Zero cap. He might have said something that makes my whole point mute, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think I can like muster the brain power to do it. Right. But so sorry. Right? And so no one knows John like cheated his way in the Beacon other than him and Kira. Or not Kira. Right? Checks out. Right, that's how that cookie crumbled. In show, out of show, however it crumbled, you know. Also, I finally got Blitz. It took me forever. Alright, and so that's how that worked. And then what happened was, right, so they're doing this training, they have like blindfolds on, it's supposed to make them think out of the box and have like a more like intuitive understanding of like fighting in the battlefield and a bunch of other things that are like, the training in general is valid. Right, John? But John effectively attempts to call him on his shit. Right, on a couple of occasions. I understand. Right? But, right, so John effectively attempts to call him on his shit. But for once, there's no shit for John to effectively call him on. Right, so they go through this whole training exercise thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, I skipped around a little bit. Because I couldn't read it, and I wanted to skim and see if I was missing anything, like, of crucial importance. Like, because I didn't care about spoilers at that point. Right, and so I was like, I read it, and I get this thing, it's like, it was like Ren being like, John, I think this is the point where like either like, you know, suck it up or fuck off, effectively. Right, and it's like, okay, right, and then John hits me with like a line that's like accurate. It's just like, I'm pretty sure, I'm 34% sure that's exactly what the main character did. And he's like, so that was his plan. You know, bait me into doing something, saying something dumb, goad me into saying something stupid, get everyone to, like, turn on me, and then it's like, oh, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Like, you know, just emotionally manipulate your friends. And he's like, and a lot of people are like, oh, but, you know, it's just the tools you use them for, dude. Thanks, brother. Sorry, this Kaiser's really nice. 0 cap. Right, and so, like, he effectively, like, emotionally manipulates the rest of everybody. And John, simultaneously. Surprisingly. Right, but, like, he effectively emotionally manipulates John and everyone else to make John look bad. Like, right? Because everyone in this instance anyway was like against John, and I'm like, whatever. Like, I've lost all steam. Like, I've pumped so much, like, argument into it, effectively, like, to try and, like, understand where he's coming from. And then when I try to understand where he's coming from, I find, like, flaws in his reasoning, and then I get upset. I don't like flaws in reasoning. They're probably one of my least favorite things. And I'm sure I obviously have more than a couple myself, which is how humans work, but still. I don't know if you want to go in on that, because, like, I'm more than willing to pop off on them, but we probably won't actually do it. Right, and so he emotionally manipulates, right, basically effectively of everyone else and John. Right, goad John into doing something, make other people think John's an idiot, succeed. Right, he's effectively attempting to make John quit, which is, like, fair, but if you want him to quit, just tell Osmond, and Osmond will be like, you call him on his shit because you think he's not improving. Osmond respects his opinion enough where he'd probably yeet John into the stratosphere because he makes a fair point. Right, his point's fair. He's like a large amount of respect for the main character. I'm sure Osmond will do it. Right, and it's just I can't do it anymore. I can't. Like, I really wanted to, and that's, cause, like, it's equal parts I really wanted to, because I don't really have a lot to read currently, and because, like, I think it's a good read, like, I think it's a legitimately good story, and I can't stand the main character, which is just the way of the world sometimes, as it is here, but it's like, I'd love to, but I'm sorry, I can't. I wanted to. It was a good read while I read it. I don't have any. That's toxic. Yeah, I don't have anything else to read. I'm usually like higher energy, more like attention, but like I can't do it. And like I'm sitting here staring at the tab, knowing I'm going to eat it.
We served the Watchers willingly. The Seeker was their voice. She told us their desires, what to build, and who.
Yeah, and it's just like, not like, cause it's not even like the power. Like, oh, so you got the power by being, you know, enlightened. And it's like, that's whatever. I'm fine with, like, the power scaling's fine. So I'm reading the author's note, and the author's note's like, I feel it's necessary to justify his power somewhat. I'm like, I don't really care about power justifications for OCs anymore. They get pretty fucked, like, in general a lot of the time. That shit went. It would have cleaned me entirely if I pulled that off, though. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I found it prudent in my brain to actually come on and say it, but I feel like I needed to do like a final wrapping up of why I'm not reading it anymore. I still recommend anyone who has any interest in Ruby fan fiction to read it. It's a good read. It's a solid read. Like, it's well made. You know, try to not like my own, you know, aggressive, I won't lie, like, moral opinions. Get rid of that for you. I don't feel bad to deny someone a good read because of something they heard me say in regards to it, but Kaiser's W is like chucking nuclear missiles. But I really just need our team to end. Like, we totally can end, but my team is not. So okay, I guess. No, I guess it's only Kaiser and Senna. Yeah, no, Aatrox can totally like brother. He should be able to anyway. Okay, I'm usually more like, yeah, like I said, I'm usually more attentive and everything, but I'm not today. At least not for this. Dude, I need to figure out what the fuck's wrong with my settings here, dude. Okay. Well, that was all for today's video. I didn't have much. Just a little send away to what was honestly a very good fan fiction. I don't know. I'll probably find another one to read, or I'll tell you about an actual book and go get on Kindle Unlimited. See you guys till next time.